Yeah.
You told me you're still swimming.
Swimming, but it's not called water aerobics. Now it's called Jolly Joints. So, yep, do swimming in the mornings, Planet Fitness, just enjoying life.
Well, that is good to hear. How has life been treating you?
Very well. It's going very, very, very well. I wish the weather would stay consistent, but the joke is that the one job you can be consistently wrong at and never lose it would be a weather person, because you never know what's going on. I mean, I think it's tomorrow we're having like a 60-degree swing.
It's been a roller coaster.
Yep.
There's
Well,
no
welcome
doubt
to the
about
Midwest.
that.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the Midwest.
So you're in real estate. How did you get started in real estate?
Actually, my family. So my mother has been real estate, had her own business for 30-some years, and she wanted to retire. And I was in the nursing field and kind of wanted a change of pace. So she called me and she's like, "Hey, want to retire? You think about coming down, taking over the business?" And that's how that stopped. I mean, we've always been around it, but it wasn't anything that I was ever like really per se interested in me. And so I came down and gave it a try, and turns out I absolutely love what I do.
Of course, your mom being Barb Suehl.
Yep.
And, well, what is it now? Barb what?
Barb France.
They're Barb France.
Yes.
Do you say it like that when you say it to her?
I still call her Sewell. I guess it's just so, for so many years or whatever. And, she just answers to mom. So that works.
Well, there you go. I know her maiden name.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's Graf.
That's right. Yes. So did she bring the work home sometimes? She goes, "Man,
You know what?
I just had a tough day today."
We always do. So the irony is, growing up with the kids and everything, the rule of thumb was when we are especially when cell phones started coming out, at dinner time, you do not have your cell phones out. That's family time, and then when I started doing this, the kids would just like look at me. And I'm like, guys, I have to, it's work, because if you miss a phone call, then they'll go to the next person. So, or if you're working on a deal, some things are time sensitive, so you have to get information. So if you're doing lunch or if you're out just, enjoying time with each other or whatever, I don't know how many times my ex-husband and I, we would be doing something and the phone would ring and he just would look at me and I'm just like, sorry guys, So they couldn't answer their phone. I was allowed to. So that's how that worked.
You bring up something interesting. It's like a 24-hour job.
It is. So when I go on vacation, my laptop goes with me. I had my 50th birthday. I spent it in New Orleans with my laptop right along with me. And in the morning, before we took off for the day and did whatever activities we did, I would be answering emails. I would be sending off this, sending off that. People... There's a great big misconception. They think that, all we do is show houses, and that's basically about it. There's so much more that goes into real estate. There is just so much more. We all have to work together. We work together with attorneys. We work together with lenders. We work together with other realtors. If there's, let's say, just for example, termites. Well, what's the best course of action? Okay, we're in winter. We can't do that, so we need to make sure that money get escrow. Who's going to hold the money to make sure this is taken care of, so all parties are, protected. It's continuous. There's a lot that goes in that. Oh, wait, you got this wrong on a contract. A name is spelt wrong. We have to do corrections because if anything is not done correctly, people come back out of contracts. And you know what I mean? So there's a lot that goes into that.
I guess so. And how competitive is your field?
It's competitive, but you know what? There's enough business for everyone to go around.
Okay.
There really and truly is. And a lot depends on the person. So the word of mouth is a great thing. And also how you hold yourself. And hold yourself up when you do a deal and your personality and stuff like that. Because I always jokingly say that the study that's been done, you walk into a room of 100 people, 4% will not like you just for the fact of you walking in the room. That's a proven fact, But in real estate, you have to be, I don't want to say loud, but you have to be talkative. You've got to be personable. You've got to be, so that 4% just starts to creep up because when you walk into a room, it's like, hey, I'm here, and some people don't like that. Some people are okay with that. You have to be involved in the community. You're just always out there because you have to also sell yourself and your personality and your image.
I was just going to say that. I mean, you're not only selling the house, you're selling yourself.
It is. And sometimes people don't, like to work with people that are kind of like loud like me. But, sometimes, the majority of the time, everybody's fine, But there's some that are a little bit more analytical, and maybe I don't work real well with them, and I'll be like, hey, this person works great like that, it's everything's about being adaptable as well. Because our whole industry has changed. Even in the last 10 years I've been doing this, it's completely changed.
That is one of your first talking points. How has real estate changed?
Well, price points are extremely different. There's been such a fluctuation. Houses that were 80,000 jumped up to 120, 130,000. People were offering cash, $20,000, $30,000 over asking price. Now down to interest rates that were at 2% and 3%. We started out, when I started, it was like at 6. Then it's down to 2 to 3%, and not a single realtor slept for close to a year because it was just crazy. Now interest rates are back to just kind of plateauing again. Everybody gets that breath, but now prices are starting to lower a little bit. At least that's what I'm seeing, in my trend. So, and then people like grants have coming out. Like there's a couple banks that have different grants where they didn't have them before. One of them, they're basically income, driven, but one bank has a grant that I think it's 1% or 1.5% lower than what is on. If it's 6%, then they'll do it like at 5%, and it's a government grant, so that's, and I'm not going to say names of banks and stuff like that because I don't want to get any of the information wrong, but 10 years ago you didn't have that, prices, everything has gone up. I jokingly say the $4 bag of Doritos is now $6, and it's the size of a dollar bag that you could get in the store, the snack things. So affordable housing is a little bit different. So now there's a lot more. They have $10,000 grants, $15,000 grants. You remember when you bought a house, you were at what, 18%? My first house that I bought, there was no grants. There wasn't anything, So yeah, there's a lot has changed.
I just want to backtrack on something you talked about. People think that all you do is you show homes, but I think that's got to be a big part of your business. I mean,
it's huge.
How do you present yourself? How do you present the home?
It's huge. I said when I first started out, you're kind of slow. It is what it is. But my couple that I still remember, they're school teachers, retired school teachers, special ed, from the Chicago-based area, moving to small town, Illinois. We seen 68 homes. And it was over 2 to 3 months, maybe. And it was so fun, being able to see all that. But on a day that you're showing 7 homes, it may take 3 hours to plot how you're going to drive. Then you have to set up the appointments, and then you got to do drive time between the next. And if you've got different towns, people are like, oh, well, that's not a big deal. It really takes a lot of time to do that, because if the homes are occupied, you want to make sure that you are not having someone leave before they need to. You want to make sure that they're not staying out past when they need to. Yeah. So it's a lot of time management and keeping everybody on track.
And I would imagine something always comes up.
Yeah, always. Trains are my favorite. Trains. Or in the summer, tractors. And one of the things that's changed is 10 years ago when I started doing this, I would have my clients ride with me. I don't do that anymore. Liability, number one, but number two, the world is just not what it used to be. And it's a safety concern. So I jokingly say that my little passenger that comes with me is my little dog Milo. Anything that I go that's country, long distance, he's always in the car next to me. If you look on Facebook, you're going to see tons of pictures of him we're off doing showings. He's actually got a little plaque at work that says realtor in training. For anyone that doesn't know, Milo is my rescue dog from the Clinton Humane Society. So if you're looking for a pup, go to the Humane Society. I'm a proud person of that.
Well, that is great. What kind of pup is Milo?
Just a mix, but
okay.
I didn't realize it, but he's got, I think it's Boxer and Pit Bull, but he is the friendliest thing. He's such a little love. He goes everywhere with me. He's always at my office. People will stop. Like, everybody knows him when we're walking on the dike. They're not like, hey, Kathy. They're like, hi, Milo. So if I go do showings, like I had people just stop in my office before I came over here. They're like, hey, where's Milo? I'm like, hi, I'm doing good. So yeah, it's great.
Checking the weather is coming
Have
up.
we missed you?
All right,
We're
after
Kramer
this
Construction
commercial, I'll
of
point to
Clinton,
you.
and we're in your neighborhood, helping one of your neighbors with
play
a
the
new
weather.
roof, siding, deck, doors, windows, and remodeling. We are a family-owned business. Our office is located at 2020 Comanche Avenue, have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau for the last 7 years, and are CertainTeed certified. Does your home need a makeover? Then call Kramer Construction at 563-613-3437 for a free estimate.
It's time now on KROS for the Storm Track 8 weather forecast. Brought to you by Morrison Community Hospital.
A weather impact alert is in place for your Friday, especially as we get into the afternoon, where we're expecting strong winds, gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Mostly sunny skies will push temperatures into the low 60s this afternoon. Those temperatures will drop into the mid-20s tonight as gusty winds continue. With your Storm Track 8 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky.
Currently, we have sunny skies and a temperature of 54 degrees. Winds are out of the west at 20 miles per hour. The weather report on KROS has been brought to you by Morrison Community Hospital.
The Morrison Community Hospital would like to welcome Dr. Puragala to their surgical team. Dr. Puragala is a highly skilled neurosurgeon with expertise in treating conditions related to the spine and nervous system. He specializes in relief from back and neck pain, and he performs minimally invasive and robotic surgeries to reduce hospital stays and get back on the path to good health. Call Morrison Community Hospital 815-772-5511 to make an appointment with Dr. Puragala.
Shop local online at ClintonPrinting.com. Order from the convenience of your own home. Are you ready to celebrate? Begin with unique graduation, wedding, shower, and all party invitations from Clinton Printing. You can customize one of our templates to your style or create your own unique design. Stop in at Clinton Printing and we can help you design your invitation or shop online at ClintonPrinting.com, 1402 Roosevelt Street, or call us at 242-7895.
Kathy Suehl, Windmill Real Estate in downtown Fulton. You guys, how come there's so many Mexican restaurants in downtown Fulton, the Dutch community that you are?
You know what? I don't know, but I'll tell you what. They're phenomenal.
Yes.
They both are great. They're doing well, and the traffic is just tremendous in Littletown Fulton, so that's a good bonus.
Seems like the downtown's doing pretty well. I mean, the different shops, you got a variety of shops.
Yes, we do. We have like a jewelry shop. We have clothing shops. We have antique shops. We have a ice cream shop.
I was just going to say, you got ice cream shop, yes.
I know Lisa Witt, she always brings in like popcorn and stuff at our bingo that we do on Tuesdays at Denio's, so that's always fun.
Okay. So, any great new properties out there?
I have two I have a few, but two that I love to highlight. One in Fulton, it's a cute little quaint cottage, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, handicap accessible, fenced in yard, so that's great. Oh, and it has a doggy door, so I'm a proponent of doggy doors. And then 1022 South 8th Avenue in Clinton. I don't think it's being seen as much as it should. It's a whole entire half acre that butts up with another lot, so there's like no neighbors. It's like living in the country but living in town. So it's a great property that's been rehabbed, and that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So those are my 2 main ones that I absolutely would love to get people in.
Okay, now let's go to the other aspect. What should a seller do when they want to sell?
Meet with a realtor. I always say, let's go through, and I give my honey to-do list. This is what I think you should do, X, Y, and Z. One of the worst things you can do is list a house when everything's not ready, but they're just excited to get it listed, because the first 2 weeks are usually the most time that you have the most traffic on the house. So get all that done, taken care of. Try and take away as much like the personal stuff as you can, like pictures off the wall, stuff like that. You want to have it more minimalistic, because when people come in, they want to, as a buyer, they want to see their stuff there. So if you have so much and it's too crowded, it's difficult to see in your mind, okay, my couch could work here, my couch could work there, because someone has like 5 chairs in their place. Oh yeah, biggest thing, and I have said this over and over again, light scents are nice in your house, but please do not overpower with the scentsies or stuff like that, because then you're masking something, or you may not, but it will seem like you are. Just please light scents.
What about baking bread or cookies?
Realtors love it when you leave it and say, please help yourself. No, seriously. They said it's the cinnamon smell and cookie smell are the two most attractive smells. So, yeah, if you can do that, great. Also, buying a tube at the store, that's also great, And those are your main things. But just really keep the scents light, especially the floral ones. They get very, very overwhelming, and sometimes that can actually turn a buyer off, and they don't want to stay in the house anymore.
This just came to me. We talked about earlier, you're selling yourself as well as the home. But how do you read an individual? I mean, what this person really wants, or how you can really help them?
Well, first of all, I say it like it is. I'm not one that, I'll be like, tell me, the first couple times we meet, I kind of have to get a feeling for them. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I like that. But then it's like, let's center in. What do you really, really want? Some people, I've had one that says they don't really care what the house looks like, but they want at least a 4-car garage. Okay. That, I can work with that. You know what I mean? You just give me don't waste my time. Don't let me waste your time. You tell me straight up from the get-go what you want, and I will do everything I can to find that. I've called realtors. I'm like, hey, you got anything coming up? What are we looking at? But then you can also tell if someone is like, if their shoulders are down, or their hands are folded, or they're behind their back, or they're not making eye contact. I always say it's the deer in the headlight look. I've seen that a few times. I'm like, you want to go to the next one? And they're like, yeah, can we? Let's go.
Hey, you picked out a song because we're all working for this, right?
Yeah, working for the weekend. Yes, thank you.
Struttley's Restaurant in the Lyons neighborhood. Open every day but Tuesday to serve you and your family. For dine-in, they feature prime rib both Friday and Saturday evenings. Endless spaghetti dinners Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For carry-out, Rastrelli suggests their pasta bucket on Monday, the chicken bucket on Wednesday. Large one-topping pizzas featured on Sunday and Thursday. Rastrelli's, 238 Main Avenue in the Lyons neighborhood, Clinton. Rastrellis.com. 4 minutes away from the top of the hour, and we're going to wrap things up with Kathy Suehl of Windmill Real Estate. We're going to get away from the real estate. We're going to talk about not your personal life, but your public life, your community effort.
Advertising, kind of advertising, but also doing for the community, yes.
Okay, so what are you doing in the community of Fulton?
So, I always said I was blessed because I had both communities. So I was born over in Clinton, Iowa, and then my parents had divorced. And so I grew up in Clinton, but then my parents also had a house over in Fulton. So I had the best of both worlds. And I try and do as much for our community as possible. I mean, I really enjoy small town living, 3,500 people. So I'm a member of our Kiwanians, and I head up and do the bingo over at Denio's. Angie Ballard and I, she does Price is Right painting. Her and I do that every other week. Let's see, what else?
I understand that's the only service club in Fulton right now, the Kiwanis?
Yeah, that's it. And we did, I don't remember how many last year, but I think the year before, at Christmas, we did 85 kids that we got coats and hats and gloves for. It's all completely volunteer. We give out, 4 or 5 scholarships of like 1,000 to 1,500. I don't know the exact figures, because I'm not the treasurer. But we're always doing. We now have a new band shell over at Drives Park that we help put together. So yeah. Then I'm on the Skyline Foundation. March 21st, we're doing our trivia night over at Triple Play.
Okay.
So I've been on that for about 3 years. And in April, I am going for my ward for city alderman, so I can help and work more for the city and helping everybody out.
What made you decide to do something like that?
I was asked to do that.
Okay.
Some people came and asked me if I wanted to do it just because I'm all about progressive, and I want to bring more business into Fulton. I want to see Fulton grow as a community. It's such a great town. I love that if I go on vacation, someone will always take care of my house. The other day we got the snow. My neighbors came over across the street, and next thing I know, I wasn't at home, but my ringer went off on my camera. They're out doing my yard, snow. It's just a great town. Schools, everything is just phenomenal. And again, it's all about keeping things local and keeping business in our towns that will keep our towns growing.
And we talked a little bit about the downtown. You're in downtown.
Yep.
Talk about having an office in downtown.
Having an office in downtown that's right next to food places. Let me tell you, that's good. So again, it's about promoting growth for our small town. You know, you got big box stores, but if you can go to the smaller places and you know, promote and do business there, that's going to keep everything growing. And that's what it's all about. You know, we have a new gas station coming in that's going to be a charging station for electric cars. I mean, how's that for phenomenal? Because we don't have anything around there. You know, that's going to be right across from our marina. You know, the coffee shops. It's just, the coffee shops are taking off like nothing. And I mean, because caffeine's everywhere, and you got to have that. So, the restaurants, real estate, we have houses coming up, and again, it's just keeping things local. I just went out and I got gift cards for, you know, closing gifts. Again, I try and keep things as local, you know, meat market and stuff like that. And when people leave, I'm always like, or when we do closings, this is where you want to go for great coffee. This is where you want to go for great pastries. This is where you want to go for some good clothes. You know, so it's, I don't know. It's just a wonderful community. I absolutely love where I live.
All right. You did a great job. We're going to let you go now. You can start
Thank you.
working for the weekend, Kathy. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kathy Suehl, Windmill Real Estate. It is 12 noon, KROS, Clinton, Iowa.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump calls Ukraine's president disrespectful as Vladimir Zelensky asks for an American security commitment, part of what was at times a heated White House meeting.
You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen,
please,
you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you